name na Chief Olododo, and like we've been talk some minutes ago, say Property Matter go dey come your way by 8:30 with Engineer Debo. Property Matter na show we be say we put am for ground to make sure say we get wetin we dey call insightful knowledge on wetin on property, that is as regards property generally, and every theme of discussion, the one we want talk now plus one wey we don't even talk before, everything there on top of YouTube channel. So if you go watch am, if you go learn more to update your knowledge on where we reach, and most definitely now contributive show too, because you say if you contribute, if you partake, as in go dey talk, we go the open phone line, you go fit ask question, you go fit talk your own. So on top of that, make I welcome our guest. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Chief.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, same here, same here. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Great.
Last week, we've been start something we will never finish, and I know say this week you go want to take us to yet another aspect of that theme of discussion. So where would they go today, sir?
Well, you know, what we started last week is still what we are continuing, which is property rental income investment in Nigeria. You know, we're talking about the fact that whilst it is not as it is in some other parts of the world in terms of return on rental property in Nigeria, rental income property is still a good investment option in Nigeria. And if you know what to do, you can actually get close to, if not sometimes even more than what exists in other parts of the world in terms of return on investment in your rental income. Yeah. And we talked about a number of types of rental income. If you remember, we're talking about short letting some time ago.
2 weeks,
you
3 weeks ago.
Exactly. Then we tried to define the challenge of sublease.
Yes, last week.
You know, sublease and all of that. You know, so that people realize that, look, when you are given a property as a tenant, you actually have restricted rights.
Sure.
You cannot easily just rent it out, give it out to another person. Usually, the tenancy agreement will have stated clearly that you needed to inform your landlord, needed to get, not just inform, get the consent of your landlord to be able to do that. And a lot of times, people don't do that. People don't do that knowingly. You know, they try to avoid it and say, when he knows, we'll sort it out. Or sometimes they claim ignorance, and you know, ignorance is not an excuse, especially where you have a well-stated agreement, you know, that both of you signed to. So that's that. Now, and I mentioned the fact that, look, rental income yield is like about 3% in this country. I was still talking to somebody yesterday night, and he was talking about a property. Now, he's planning to buy a property, and they are saying that the property is not going to go for less than 32 million naira.
Okay.
This property, funny enough, he lives in it right now, and the rent he's paying is, I think he said 800 or 850 annually. So if you do that arithmetic, is even far less than 3%. Do you understand? So what he was saying was that even if somebody wants to, as in if it's a new tenant right now, they want to take that property, and the property is in a tenantable condition, the person won't pay more than like ₦1 million in that neighborhood right now for that property. Meaning it's still ₦1 million that is the most that you can get on a property of 32 million. So the rental yield, remember our rental yield calculation, the gross rental yield is still not up to 3%. You understand?
You need 32 years to even be talking about breaking even. Say, okay, I'll do the 32 million.
You need 32 years.
Yes.
You understand that? So, I mean, the rental income is not even up to 3%.
Wow.
In that instance, you know. But so when you see such things, you say, is rental income good in Nigeria? There are those peculiarities. Now, for that property, for example, one major issue it has, because the property is still, is that there is what we call cost and value. Okay, cost and value. The person who built that property built a property for himself. I mean, he did a number of things that are to his taste. He didn't do it for transactional purpose. You understand?
For commercial purpose.
He did it for self-satisfaction. Do you understand? Now that he wants to sell, he's burdened by those things he did that are specific or his own preference. Because a buyer may not appreciate,
not to even look.
Yes.
Khalid, sorry,
will not
sir.
value those things.
Sorry,
Khalid
sir.
from Abuja.
Good morning, Khalid. Good morning, Khalid. I want to believe Khalid is there.
I
Do we have him there? Okay.
I think we've
We
lost
Khalid. So
probably.
please, Khalid, try call us back if you can reach us again. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So,
He built the house for his own taste.
Yes.
But this time around, person won't buy the house. He go even if he wants to see him, he go choose not to see him.
Because so what the guy was telling me is that because houses in that neighborhood, that are of that size, 3-bedroom, they are not more than about 20, 22, 23 million, maybe 24 highest was what he said, something like that. Highest in that neighborhood. And here is someone who says my own is 32 because can't you see that can't you see that I feel the compound is a lot higher than any house in the estate. Is a lot higher than any house in the estate. My roof is high, steep roof, those roofs that there is nothing inside, but the roof is as high as almost another floor. Do you understand? And all of those things and all of those. But you see,
I don't need those things.
I don't need them. I don't need them. So when you are buying properties for rental income, for example, or building properties for rental income, either of the way, because this guy now is considering buying the property. And we had to discuss and say, if you buy this property, at this price they are insisting on, they are simply transferring their
burden to you.
Exactly. They are simply transferring their burden to you. And you would also face it when you want to dispose of the property later. Because it means the property has some costs that is not commensurate to value. Because value sometimes, there is a part of value that is determined by location.
And that was every day in my mind. Say maybe the house and the value am at that rate, possibly because of where the building is sited.
No, there is a part of value that is determined, you understand, by the location.
Agreed.
That's why if somebody goes to, let me use Ikorodu, and builds a property for himself to stay, and he spends on a land that he bought maybe for like 2 million naira, 5 million naira, 4 million naira, is spending like about 100 million.
A mansion.
To build a mansion. Whatever on it. Say, for example, a 5-bedroom duplex with 2 boys' quarters. Built in a tush place, or however tush place in Ikorodu. Now tell me, when he wants to sell, check the properties in Ikorodu and find out how many are in the market for over 100 million.
Samuel, this is deep. This is highly insightful. Samuel, good morning. Good morning, Samuel.
Hello.
Good morning,
Hello,
sir.
Samuel from Delta. How is the Delta region? I hope we are not having issue with our lines.
Samuel, are you there?
I'm not sure it's there anymore.
Okay. If it's the network, most definitely, I'm sure that would actually fine-tune itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how many property for Ikorodu they go for 100 million?
So when you are building a property or you are buying a property and it's for investment, rental income investment, for example, you have to be, careful to ensure that the value-cost ratio is balanced.
A brother of mine in Ikorodu, that's in Ikorodu, gets property. So in contact, say since we say they don't they can't do something, they won't collect them, these are in content where I say make the cuckoo build, even if it's a room and parlor self-contained to secure the land. Man. And the wife say, no, she wants a 4-bedroom apartment with a big city room and everything. At the end of the day, thank God that my brother been secure that place with, a room and parlor self-contained.
Okay.
Can later build the whatever bedroom flat at the back. But where they go, be say, Do you know that one where you build at the front now, they serve as income?
Yes.
He can't say rental income. He can't even talk say no need that one. And the wife made they pay that one for upkeep and everything. But they not built that little one they built. They would have started with they want to build a mansion, possibly, or peradventure they go collect the land, and apparently they fit not even get the money to finish the whole house. So that's one way they do that room and parlour self-contained. Now they serve as wey be say I see people they even come. Yes, we know say room and parlour self-contained for Ikorodu na within the range of 150, some places 120. The highest you can get 180.
I don't say you be agents.
No, I know be.
See, as you sit down here, they quote rental rates for Ikorodu.
You have to be.
They say even if they get chest with your full chest, they say the highest.
You know, say if they talk of Banana Island now,
you dey chop commission as I dey see you. So.
You know, say if they talk Banana Island now,
as I dey see you,
as I dey see you,
so you dey chop commission.
Àwọn gbogbo, you know gbogbo. Pápá náà torí.
I know gbogbo.
Gbogbo àwọn bẹ̀ wọ̀, àwa náà ní information wa bẹ̀.
Any Monkey village.
That one for Abuja, near Kuba. So what I'm trying to say in essence is I want to believe that rental, yes, goes with value, the place. But notwithstanding, first lesson where I pick from what you talk now, be say, even if we won't buy, tabi we won't build, make we dey get am for mind. Say this is what I want to do. What if tomorrow I want dispose am?
Yes. No. So I usually tell people that whether you even want to use it for your for rental income or personal use, you know, appropriateness is the word. Appropriateness in terms of is what I'm building commensurate with the environment or exceeds that environment beyond measure, you know, or is it appropriate in terms of my size, my income, you know?
Okay, I'll quickly ask this question,
and my
sir.
needs, you know, those are the things you need to balance.
I'll quickly ask this question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You as a professional, I see property now, and a property be this, and I waiting I want in a good location. Will you advise me? And I won't use them for rental. Let me create that hypothesis for rental so that we'll be on the same page. I don't want to live there, but now for rental. Will you advise, say, the way things they go now, considering the dollar rate and everything, she make a kukuma close eye, buy this property for once, or professionally you feel it is advisable to bargain for a lease, maybe a lease of 10 years or something?
So if you can afford buying a property versus taking a lease on the property,
yes, which one?
Depending on what your considerations are, because there are situations where it's just better for you to take a lease and move on, because you won't then have the challenges of ownership, because ownership also comes with a cost. You understand? Can you sustain that? But if all of that is taken care of, and we are just considering whether does it make sense, I have 40 million now. Should I take lease or should I buy? I have a property of 40 million I can buy. And then I can also do lease of less than maybe 10 million for 10 years. What will I use the balance for or something like that? Is it appropriate? Is it commensurate with what I will gain from owning that property in terms of my net worth? You know, so I wouldn't advise. I will even say that, you see, lease is what we call a wasting asset.
Why you talking?
It's a wasting asset in the sense that every year is reducing. As you pay your rent for 1 year, every day you are eating into it. Unlike ownership or the kind of lease we operate in the country, which is a very long lease, 99 years thereabout, almost like a lifetime lease. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that gives you a sense of ownership such that you can then enjoy capital appreciation. If you are leasing, there is nothing concerning you with capital appreciation. You have nothing to sell like that. Especially you leasing for those number of years, 5 years, whatever.
6 years.
If you've spent 2 years, how much can you sell 3-year lease?
Then what about the return, the ROI, return on investment? Is it even commensurate to the maybe 5 million where I don't pay for the lease?
That's what I'm saying now. That's what you know. In that instance, if you look at it that way, your return on investment will be higher if you do lease. In terms of yield,
Yes.
your yield will be higher if you do lease versus if you purchased.
Yes.
Because the amount of money you are spending is lower. You understand?
Ben.
And you are almost going to get about the same thing in rent if you leased or if you bought. So if you sublease now, you're going to get possibly about the same amount versus if you bought and you rented. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that's lease in that sense. Is why I said depending on what you want to do and what that money affords you and the how you balance out the lost opportunity of future capital appreciation from purchase, that will determine whether you should take the lease decision or you should take the buy decision.
Because some people will want to say that the lease may be for preventive measure. So, okay, if I lease them if they lease this place to me now for 5 years, I can quickly study the appreciation of the product, the appreciation of the property vis-a-vis. Maybe even if I say make I use them for renter, waiting go be income. So if the thing no work within that 5 years, I go know say I know to lose money other than buying. Because if I buy now, the property don't become my own and it no appreciate.
But why don't you do your research in the neighborhood at all before even committing to lease or purchase? Why do you want to, test the market by leasing? You understand?
Because
rather
that
than
sounds
buying.
safer, sir.
Rather than buying. What I mean is, why don't you do market research without committing your money to either leasing or buying? That is very possible. You just get market data to be able to inform you and guide you. And like you said, if now push comes to shove and you still have to take that kind of decision, yeah, fine. You are better off leasing to test the waters as against buying. But why people settle for leasing when it comes to investment, especially rental income investment a lot, is because of purchasing power. If you actually have the resources,
power,
you are better off buying the property. Only it comes with a lot of other, comforts. Because if you list a property, for example, your landlord can evict you.
But we
or
get
after your
now.
Property, after you've done long lease of, let's say, 3 to 5 years,
yes, sure.
and your business is booming, the guy can say he's not renewing your lease.
Some people go even start that same business.
And now you have to move out. But if you own the property, nothing stops you. I think we need to go on a break now.
Well, we will have to pause there so that next week most definitely we'll go still to talk more on this. Make no forget, say, Madam Adeola, who has herself there in the building to come market our goods. But on top of that, we'll say a very big thank you to Engineer Debo. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Yes, few minutes ago, we talked, say, Madam Adeola, who has an good day here to come market our goods. And there you see a few minutes ago to where she analyze, say, for this market to say 3 major sector or 3 major persons or category now in the say the broker, that is them will be realtor, we the investor, and what do you call the third one? Like that the people will get the company. Yes,
the real estate companies.
Wow.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. I remain your one and only realtor, your best property plug when it comes to real estate, Adeola Oshiniro Hassan. Queen Adi, yes, Queen Adi Realtors. So that's it about it when it comes to real estate. Just like my older colleague said some few minutes ago, when you buy a property, you can actually use it for so many reasons. Rental income, short lets, appreciation value, whatever purpose, just buy a property. And as it is, you know the way we do it. We've been talking about Ekpe for a while now.
Yeah.
You need to see our key heaven phase 2 in Ekpe. Please let me show them our key heaven phase 2 in Ekpe. That place is everything you need. Very wonderful. Investors are already bought into that place. They are actually, Queen Adi, is this my investment? Is this where I bought? Look at it.
Appreciation too.
Is this, look at our gatehouse, ready. Queen Adi, is this my investment? Is this where I bought into? Wow, you are doing a good job.
Massive.
You are doing a great job. Thank you, everybody. We want to do more. That's why we are here for you. Right now, our phase 3, we have just limited slot on it. Yes, we even got sold out.
Whoa.
But based on popular demand, people were asking us for it. Guess how much the price?
How much?
You know, if you remember when I was coming to the program, I was talking about introductory price of 1.1 total package. Look at the new price.
1.8 million.
1.8 million naira total package. 1.2 for the land of 600 square meters, and then 600,000 naira for the documentation and developmental fee.
Wow.
Just 15 plots remaining.
Wow.
So I want everybody, onílé, lọ́kùnrin, lóbìnrin, lọ́mọdé, lágbà, àlejò, everybody come and invest in Ekpe. Look at Ekpe Road. Everything is happening in Ekpe. That road from after Eleko down to Ekpe main town. That place, work is going there every day. If you get there today, no traffic, nothing. And all these are one of the major factors that contribute to property
appreciation and development, yes.
Landmarks, title, location. And location right now is Ekpe. Ekpe, people are going into Ekpe. They are pitching their tents in advance. They are owning a piece of the earth. Some are buying in plots, in acres, 10 of
then
acres,
they see ahead.
hectares. Yes, they are seeing ahead what you cannot see. They have foresight. That's the word. They have foresight into what that place is going to look like. Because I keep telling people, a case study is Shangotedu. If you get to Shangotedu today, if you do not have 25 million naira, you can't get a plot of land in Shangotedu.
The same Shangotedu, where would they take laugh that time?
Where would they take laugh that time? As at 2015-16, we were still selling a plot in that axis, that monastery road, for 5 million naira, 4 million, 5 million naira.
So now, even if I even get a plot there and I say, okay, make it go quick, I want to sell at 20 million, what bo mini?
They will boy. Wara. And do you know what actually caused that appreciation? That ShopRite that is there now. That ShopRite is the biggest ShopRite in Nigeria.
Wow.
Immediately they commissioned that they want to bring a shopping mall here. That was when the property started, started appreciating. And the time is coming that at Shangotedo, you will still buy a land in Shangotedo for 100 million naira.
Sure.
It is not a cost. And now we are bringing Ekpe to you for just a token.
Of 1.8 million.
1.2 million naira is even the land. It is your documentation and the estate development that summed everything up to 1.8 million naira. You can make this payment within 3 months. But we have just 15 plots remaining. And they've started the gatehouse as well, the perimeter fence now. It's not even far from the phase 2.
Say in Toba anything where I like, now have you build on top? There's a
anything you like, you build on top. But the only restriction is that you cannot build a commercial property in a residential zone.
Ben.
And vice versa.
Lounge.
So if you want to have a commercial property there, you can have it. It is a separate yes, for it.
Lounge.
And the estate is going to have a C of O. It is in process already. Ekpe is a dry land. It has a free road. It is free from every form of government. So let's come to Ekpe. Call that number. You will get me on WhatsApp. You get me on call. I am available 24/7. I'll take you for inspections. You see what free. You see what you want to buy. Free, or there will be a lot of eating and drinking, you know. It is Queenadu.
Yeah, so you don't hear what she talk now. Number this screen so and Instagram and yourself. Follow. She talks, say, once you call that number, no worry, no stress yourself. Inspection are free. And that when they go inspect self, a lot of a chopping are going to enjoy on herself, not to get bored. Because at times, if person no see what he won't buy, if you no one buy, and you feel see, make you won't buy more. So try call a number. My name is never change. I'm still Chief Olododo, and my dearest
Adeola O Hassan.
Two of us the talk. Bye.